we are in the spring season residuals, the animes that are still going on from the spring season. And the first anime that we're going to be talking about, oh my god, apologies, I'm getting gassy. The first anime that we're going to be talking about is, in fact, Shirley Ann. Anna Shirley. Oh my god, I keep doing that. Anna Shirley. We're talking about Anna Shirley. And I will say, this also got me not very emotional, but got me close to be to being sad. But it didn't. I just got very emotional. I could feel myself welling up because I was like, oh, I never thought we would get to this point. But I'm glad that we did, and I'm glad that, she got that closure. But we'll get to that when we get to that. But basically, what are we talking about? Well, first of all, I need to go on a little rant here because, did this make me angry? So obviously there are quite a lot of people who are smitten with Anna Shirley, and who wouldn't be? She's grown up to be a fine young lady. But then, she's getting courted. Now, obviously, we want Gilbert, because Gilbert is Gilbert, and Gilbert is a sweet little boy, and I want them to be together. But, bro, so there is, if you ever been paying attention, there is a character named Charlie. And Charlie has showed up a couple of times when they first went over there, when it was like Anne and Priscilla and Gilbert and Charlie. Oh my god, I didn't think I'd know these names. I'm gonna be honest with you, there's so many characters in the show, but that shows my level of care. That shows my level of care for this show. And I have not done this in a very, very long time at all. But basically, Anna's going back into her dorm, right? And there are three guys who are like trying to hit on her, to be like, hey, come on, like, you wanna smooth to get together. But what we assumed that Gilbert would become back, it wasn't him. It was Charlie. Now Charlie was kind of dope for this originally, and I thought, it was gonna be like a whatever thing. But they do go for a stroll for a walk because Charlie and Anne obviously know each other all the way back from Avalon, which is near Green Gables and all that stuff. And they're talking casually and stuff like that. But Charlie eventually, proposes to Anne. And Anne gives a very strict no, right? A very, very listen, we've been friends for a while. I don't even see you like that. I've never thought of wanting to see you like that. So please understand that I am not interested. This bitch goes off and decides that he wants to be a fuckhead. And be like, oh, you would be so lucky to be part of my family. My family's name has it would be a treasure or whatever the fuck. Says some dumb shit like that, right? And then he goes off to be like, oh, who are you to speak to me like that? And orphan, when I tell you, first of all, I didn't even have Anna Shirley already felt the strength, the anger that I felt, and I was so proud of her for that. But, brother, when I told you I stopped and I gasped, I don't usually do that. That's when I knew I cared about this character, because I don't ever stop to do that. I paused, and I went on like a 5-minute rant by myself in this room, being like, how dare you? How dare you talk to Anna Shirley like that? This sweet young woman who's been nothing to sweet but you and everybody in her vicinity. She has no malice. She has no anger. She has no ill will towards others. And you have the audacity when you get rejected and she tells you a firm no, and she obviously wants to stay friends, that you just throw out that she's an orphan, you baby back, 2-stone, buck teeth looking backwater bitch. Oh, the anger I felt. It was like hearing my own daughter get insulted, bro. If I told you I could jump in that screen and smack the fuck out of him and throw him in that fucking pond, I fucking could. I rarely get this emotional when it comes to characters. Obviously, there's situations like Taco Piece Original Shin, maybe like other anime where I could cry. I could cry at a character's story because it's sad and it's tragic. I don't usually care about characters like that. But brother, there was something. I think it's just the fact that we have followed Anna Shirley throughout her entire life, and her being this and I want to point out, I didn't like her at first. I thought she was just an annoying little brat. But watching her grow up and seeing all the effort she's put into wanting to make herself a better life, and her being able to change the perspective of so many people around her, and her doing what she was able to do, And like, it's like, bro, at this point, I'm gonna be honest. At this point, that's my own daughter. That's my own daughter. That is my daughter, bro. Do not insult her. I don't give a fuck. Oh, I got so angry. I think the last time I ever got that angry, God, when did I ever get this angry? I know I remember getting this angry when it came to Your Lie in April. I think that's the last time I can remember. I know there's been one or two more times, but this is the last time I could remember getting this angry. Oh, and you know what? Eri from My Hero Academia. That's another time I remember getting this angry at somebody treating somebody this disrespectfully, being this invested in the character. It's like, how dare you? Oh, no, Anya. I think Anya was the last character I felt this invested in. But it's like, how dare you insult that? Oh, how dare you insult that how dare you insult that sunshine ray of everyone's sanity. You good for nothing, bow-legged, broke-ass bitch. I was so angry. I can't tell you how angry it is. But brother, I paused, and I was like, the audacity on this man. The tenacity and the audacity for you to have that virality. How fucking dare you? And I'm gonna sit here sitting out bars while I fucking hit you with the cars. That's how I do it, because you got me so fucking mad that I can hit you hard. Huh? Okay, back to the anime. I just needed to let that out. What else? But Anne deals with it like the perfect lady she is. And she goes back to her dorm talking with Priscilla. And I guess, oh yeah, this is the time I forget somebody's name. But there was the blonde-haired girl that went with them that's been like teaching some like in like a backwater country. And not like in like a mean way. They literally say it like genuinely they say it in the anime, like a backwater area. But apparently she's quitting her job and she's going to Redmond with them. So she's like, hey, let's all get a place together. And they go to the Patty's Place stuff. And honestly, it was the most Anne situation where there's like two older women. And they're just like, we were going to sell it, but honestly, we're kind of retracting it. I was going to bring down the sign today. And honestly, like, I just don't think we're going to let the place, like, we're going to rent the place anymore. And she's just, and Anne goes out being like, no, I love it. And then the old woman's like, using that word very loosely, young lady. Like, you're just going to throw that frivolously. Jesus, I can't talk today. And then Anne goes off being like, oh yeah, of course. Of course I love this place. And she listed off, but one of the parts that she brings up is that she loves the fact that this is called Patty's Place. And both of the old women are like, oh, thank God. We don't want the name to change and all that stuff. And it was very wholesome. I like that. There was like a nice little bond of like, I see you cherish this place just as much as I do. Like, she picked the right dialogue option, basically. Where she's like, you could see the charm in this place. You are someone who is worthy of living here, my fine fellow. And they knocked off like half the rent for her too, brother. Give me that. I would love to go to a place and be like, oh yeah, it's this much. It's like, brother, I can only give you this much. And then I get half that because they just like me and they appreciate me. Brother, in this economy, you can't even imagine. But the big part of this entire thing, right, is that eventually after going through all that, Anne goes back with, I forget her name, but the lady who they meet in Redmond, then they go back to Bolingbroke, because Bolingbroke is where Anne's from. And obviously she meets the lady suitors and all that, and she has a fun time, but eventually she finds out where her old home is. And she has the Anna Shirley imagination where she's like, oh, there's a place that I remember it where it's like a yellow house that has a lilac fence and it has like honeysuckles and it has a certain type of curtain. And like she's trying to have these memories, but she's like, yeah, but if I go there, it might shatter what I remember and I don't know if I'm ready for that. But not only does it not do that, it's basically almost like accurate to what she was thinking, other than the honeysuckles that sit on the window shield. That it was like one for one what she's talking about. And then obviously there's an old lady, and I was worried that, brother, oh my God, brother, I was so scared about what's going to happen. I thought it was going to take a sad turn, like they were going to find out that the parents were still alive and they just didn't want their child, or maybe things were too tough. There was two outcomes that I could accept. Either A, the parents passed away and shit just, it kind of just happens. Or two, the situation of we just can't give her the life that she needs. But then she comes back seeing that they're grown. Now, unfortunately, that didn't happen. If that did happen, I would have cried. But the old lady that currently does live there, who did know her parents, tells like her all about her parents and stuff like that, how they were very happy people. Even if they died young, they were all full of happiness. And that sounds like Anne's parents, honestly. That sounds very much like Anna's parents, like to a T. And she goes to see her old room and all that stuff. Obviously, there's no actual heirlooms from her past, but she at least like can get the idea. And before she leaves, she's given like a stack of letters that her mother and her father was sent to each other. Now this scared me because I figured this out recently, but one of my weaknesses is letters from the dead. Like those prepared letters that people write just in case, and then they open it after the person died, and it's just like, oh, they left them for you. Oh no. Oh, but like, that's not what happened. She just was able to get a glimpse into her parents' relationship together. And that was nice because it's like, okay, not only is the house that I grew up in exactly what I thought it was, but I got to see an actual part of my parents' lives, which is really, really nice. I was super happy about that. I was like, oh, that's sweet. And that welled me up a bit. Now, I will say, if they left her a letter, yeah, I would have cried. I would have been like, oh my God, that's, I'm sad, and I'm gonna cry again all over because this is hurting me. But that didn't happen. I kind of wish it did. I'm not gonna lie, because that would have been happy tears. That would have been like just know I hope you're doing well, and if you ever find this letter, just know that I love you. And like, oh, they flash back to her writing it with the fever alongside her dad. Oh no! That would kill me. That would kill me. Oh, I broke the I broke the tracking. Oh, okay, we're back. But yeah, dude, in terms of like, if I had to give like a comeback king award for this season or maybe this year, it has to be Anna Shirley. I was not vibing with this show so early on. There was so much like, I wasn't even like, I wouldn't call it annoyance, but I definitely didn't like the show as much as I originally, as I do now. But this show has slowly, very, very slowly, just brought me in to the point where just, I love the world, I love the people, I want to root for Anne, and I want the best for her. I love this so much. I'm glad I picked this up. I'm glad it was interesting. I'm glad that it eventually meet my expectation and is now at this point just blowing them out the water because I'm enjoying it so much. Anna Shirley's great. I hope more people pay attention to it. I know Anne was up there during the spring season for Best Girl on some couple of people's lists like online. But obviously with the summer season, you know, things are going to shift and new things are going to get more attention. So I understand how the community works in that sense. I just, you know, I hope people remember Anna Shirley. I really do, because this is a good wholesome show. I love it a lot.